Good morning everyone, I am in Saltburn-by-the-Sea and I'm back on the Cleveland Way. I'm going to do a bit of hiking today. Today I'm actually going to be walking by the coast itself. The first time I've done any coastal walking in England in quite a long time. It's actually the first time since maybe 2007 I've actually been to the beach in England. I don't really go. It's kind of strange considering we are an island. I really do not tend to go to the seaside. I think I can see the area I will be climbing. It's actually the highest cliffs and hill on the English coast on the east side. So I'll be doing some nice climbing today. As you can see from the pier, the tide is out. It's actually low tide around now. High tide should be about 2:45 this afternoon. So hopefully, if I have to cross any section of beaches, I'll have hopefully finished by noon. We will see. I might have to skirt around some sections. The tide's really far out. See if we can see Saltburn, its promenade up there. So the Cleveland Way actually heads over here. So I'm just taking a little bit of a diversion. Walk along the beach here at low tide. I'm not going to get all the way to the sea. Just see some of the area I need to start climbing up these red cliffs here. So yeah, Saltburn actually started from a little village around Skelton Beck, probably a little fishing village, and the name Saltburn probably comes from panning salt, and then it really got built up in the Victorian period when a guy named Henry Pierce or something like that started investing to make it a tourist attraction town. Old mortuary. This here is the ship. It's a pub that at one point was the den of a smuggling gang or something like that. Actually, it was the landlord who ran it. I don't think they do that anymore. So it's almost 20 to 10 in the morning, so I am leaving later than I intended. So I hope the high tide isn't any problem, because I do have quite a bit to go. Okay, I think I'm on top of Hunt Cliff now, which is actually a conservation area for the nesting birds on the cliffs. Just walking actually quite close to the cliff the entire way. This is interesting, the Hunt Cliff Roman signal station. So if you look where it was, the cliff has eroded now. Nearby York was actually one of the main Roman garrisons. I'm not sure if it was a colonia, but it was at least I think where one of the legions was based. And actually it was where Septimius Severus, one of the Roman emperors, he died in York. This building just across this field is an old fan house, so there would be a a mine underneath here, mining ironstone, and this would be used to circulate air within the mine to stop it from getting too stale. So the Cleveland Way has been diverted from the cliffs here. Not sure why. It's going to be around a 700 metre diversion, not too far from Skinning Grove. I think the diversion was just taking people away from the bottom of this hill. So I think the actual trail just runs towards the breakwater and back up. So I'm not exactly sure why they've done this. Right, I'm back on the Cleveland Way after a really long diversion. It took us really far out. You can see where I had the diversion from, just past the rocks over there, and then up to the factory area, and down through the town and up this hill. Very steep hill. Apparently Skinning Grove was an old iron town, so the ironworks are probably long since gone. Yeah, it definitely worked my legs climbing back up that hill. I think I've got a few more like that to do. Hey, well done, you caught it that time. Often when you come across little areas like this with holes, some old mining works, often dotted around everywhere. You have to watch where you're going in some places, because they're not all cordoned off. The sea looks beautifully calm today. I thought I saw what looked like man-made areas. It's loom quarries, which was used in dyes. The Italian states had pretty much a monopoly on making these dyes until they got these loom quarries here, which managed to compete with Italy. Here's some man-made parts in the quarries. Here's a good spot to see some erosion. So this is Staithes, just crossed the border into North Yorkshire apparently. Captain Cook had his apprenticeship here in this village. So there's lots of things named after him. I saw things named the Endeavour and things like that. I promised myself I'd stop eating random blackberries I find on the sides of paths, but I can't help it. Some of them are just so delicious. Oh, that's so delicious. That was so good. A beautiful looking bay. I'm going to have to get round. I've just had an ice cream up at the hotel. and I'm dropping down now into Brunswick Bay. Well, I've got to get around there, so hopefully that path to the right will take me around, but I don't think it does. I think that's just a fishing point. Because the tide is in, I'm going to have to wait for it to go out. Oh, I'm risking it. Just going to wait to get around this a little bit, because these shoes are not waterproof. I think after this one, yep, it's going back. Haha! Well, hopefully I finished climbing out of Brunswick Bay now. I did get a little bit wet on the last few feet going around the cliffs. I just got bored and went for it. There's about 3 miles left for me to walk, a bit less, down into Sandsend. I've finished most of the climbing now, so hopefully I'll be mostly heading down. There is another Roman site around here. I think it's for a signal station. It's on one of these hills. I'm not sure exactly when in the Roman British period it was. So when did the Romans invade? 43 AD, 44 AD, and then conflict lasted until like 83, 84 AD. It was going to be Emperor Caligula who was going to invade, but he was assassinated. So who followed him? Claudius. So Claudius followed Caligula. He was his uncle, and it was under him that the Romans invaded, and most of England and Wales became a province of the Roman Empire. Probably within a mile of Sandsend now. Just come down some pretty steep steps. Now walking along a nice, fairly even track with just a bit of an incline. This area looks like it could have been an old quarry or some sort. They look like they could be slag heaps. I don't know what it was. You know what? Now I've seen this curve, I think this is an old railway bed. I think there should be train tracks here. Well, maybe this is Sandsend. Oh, I just need to walk around to where I parked my car and caught the bus from here to Saltburn this morning. Well, I'm safely back in my car now after 17 miles or so. Fairly tough up and down cliffs. It's been a long day. Yeah, very long day, but it's been well worth it. I've seen some fantastic views, and the weather was just really nice to be out on the coast. Wasn't too hot, wasn't too cold, it was just nice. Not much wind. So, I think the only thing left for me to do is thank everyone for watching, and then let's see if I can find some fish and chips.